Hey, hello. I'm Salem Franklin and I'm here with my handsome husband.
Hello, I'm Paul Franklin Uwezi by name, and I'm here with my lovely and my beautiful wife. And
We
we
are
are
the
the Franklins.
Franklins.
Yay!
How did you mean?
Oh, now that's serious. How we met, my sweetheart. You know, we actually met in 2014, December 2014, in a Christmas Carol program. As she just walked into the meeting, God just told me this was my wife. I had an instant knowing in my spirit that this was actually my wife.
Yeah. We met in 2014, like you said rightly. And it was I came to Niger State to serve.
Yeah.
So that was how I was invited to minister in that Christmas carol that day, and I got there only for me to see this man, this black man here, and
Handsome, tall, and that.
wait, let me tell you that I am handsome first. Okay, yeah, this handsome, loving man that God gave to me. You know, I met him. I didn't meet him. Like, I saw him that day, and you know, he was with so much zeal, not caring about anything. You know, it's like almost like, you know, many of the guys that you get with, they are concerned about who is watching them. But I saw him with all his heart. He was beating this drum with all of his heart and sweating. You know, and I also had a knowing. There was this strong knowing I had that this is actually my husband.
Yeah.
And that was it. I think months later he told me he wanted to get married.
Allow me to get there now. That was actually how we met anyway.
Well, that's it now. Okay, should go first.
Yeah.
Alright. For me, I've always had the way God speaks to me, for me, is the peace of mind I have concerning a matter. That's how it has been for me. And sometimes I get to hear audibly too. Those are my experiences of hearing God. Apart from reading the Word of God now, the peace I feel in my heart, and then what I could hear audibly God speak to me. So I actually just had this peace that I just knew. There was this knowing without any doubt. I just knew this is him. This is him. There was no, I just knew. I knew. I think that was it.
Also, I actually had a confirmation in my spirit, because I've been expecting that what God told me about him settling me with my life partner was going to come to pass that same year, because I had a very serious encounter with God, and he instructed that I should leave the relationship I was in before she came on the scene. And when I saw her, I'd already been praying. I'd already been expecting that God was going to answer me. So when I saw her, God just said, "This is your wife." And once I had that check in my spirit, I had a peace of mind in my spirit. I just knew. I didn't even think of it again. I didn't doubt. I just knew this was God. That was actually how I got to know. So after various prayers, seeking the face of God, and waiting on God, I still kept on having a confirmation. And I also asked her to, after some months, like say 4 months later, I was able to approach her, and I told her to that this is my intention. And I allowed her to also go do her finding, because she's very spiritual. So that was when she had to do her own prayers and waiting until God answered her.
Yeah.
And here we are today.
Together.
Okay. Oh my God, challenges faced. Actually, one of the greatest challenges that I faced on my own part is that I'm this kind of a person that I am so busy. I'm a very busy person. That's one. So I didn't have I didn't have enough time for myself. Talk more of having extra time for someone else. You understand? I was so busy. In fact, I work around the clock. So I'm not the kind of person that had much time. And ladies, they love time. Ladies love time. They really love time. Like, if I'm talking about loving time, nobody loves time like this beautiful lady here, my beautiful wife. So I started trying to adapt, my activities. I started cutting down certain things, prioritizing certain things, carving out time for her and time for my own things, So ranging from that to ethnic, it was a cross-ethnic marriage coming together. We had to bring our differences on the table, discuss it, and try to merge our differences. And I was coming from the southeast, she was from the middle belt, so we had to now start bringing perspective into a lot of.
Okay. Well, I think one of the challenges we had then was that we were finding it hard to really understand each other.
Yeah.
It was one real challenge we had. We found it hard to understand each other. And then the differences in our ethnicity. The differences in our ethnicity really was
and it was due to
challenge to.
It was due to communication.
Yes.
Problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which so many people, young ones out there, have that. Nowadays they have communication problem.
But we were able to go around it. We were able to come to a very good compromise, and we scaled through. One other thing again, one challenge that we really had was money. We had issue of finance. When it was time to get married, everything was already sealed and all of that. We'd spoken to our parents, our pastors, and all of that. So it was now time. Remember now, when we now went and carried our money and put in one MMM thing. Okay. In the name of get that money, generate that money so that we will. And it almost destroyed everything because the little money we had that we're trying to plan the wedding with and all of that.
Got to the point where the cake that I wanted to use for the wedding. 4 days to the wedding. We
don't even know how we're going to get our cake.
We didn't have cake. We forgot about cake. 4 days to the wedding, just because we didn't have money. Because
we were able to scale through. The truth is, whatever God has told you, if you're sure that it's God, God will always find a way. And I think one other thing I think people should also learn from is this. We thought we had it all planned out. Okay, but God needed to still frustrate some of our efforts so that we will still give back all the glory to Him. So yes, it's about God. So God made provisions from places we never even expected. It was so that doesn't mean that you don't plan. It's good to plan for your wedding, but man, God surprised us really. Yes.
At the end of the whole day, we had everything all sorted out for. We didn't lack anything.
Nothing. Just.
Okay, challenges faced after marriage. Yeah, we had a lot of challenges. Okay, one of which is when we came back. Actually, our wedding took place in Lagos. So when we came back, within the period of 6 months.
Just less than 6 months.
No, within the period of 6 months, we were actually burgled twice.
Okay.
Yeah. Within the space of 6 months.
I think the first one was like just
a month after a month. We were going to pay our house rent. We forgot that our rent had expired before we actually went for the wedding. So the landlord was actually on my neck. And because of the whole pressure of the wedding thing, I didn't even remember to tell her again. So we just went with all the excitement and everything. So when we came back, our rent was already expired. We met a notice already at the door that okay, you guys you're supposed to pay your rent and all of that.
Oh my God!
It didn't take up to 2 weeks. Again, they burgled our house. They took everything, the new Hollandia, the jewelry, the gold, everything, our electronic set, our foodstuffs,
everything.
One bag of rice that we came back with, they took it. As in, they rendered us empty. We were actually empty, and it was a very sad moment. It was a sad moment in our life.
It was almost, it almost made it look like everything we thought or we believed God said, the devil was trying to portray to us that it's true. No, we had a lot of people that said a lot of things, that how we're not supposed to be together, how it's not God's plan. Even some people really respected and honored us, and telling us how to the extent you even got to hear how I was going to ruin your ministry and your life and all of that. So it was almost like what the word of God said about who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. It was as if it was opposite of it.
Do you remember that night that we didn't have what to eat?
No, we don't want to go there.
We
don't want to go there.
The nights came by.
There were a lot of challenges.
We didn't know who to go and start asking for assistance. We just got married. We were young couples, and we were bubbled, no food, nothing, no money. We just squeezed that money to pay rent. Where do we begin from? So we actually want to tell viewers listening to us that there is a way where there seems to be no way.
There's always a way. Especially if you are in line with God, if you're whatever you're doing is in the will of God.
Yeah.
Wherever God sends you to, His grace covers you. That's just it. Before we got married, we had to break up twice before our marriage, because we were not understanding ourselves. Communication was a serious problem for us at that time.
Very serious.
Now, this is to let you know that God can actually orchestrate something, but the way you go about it as well will play a vital role in whether that thing will come to pass or not, whether that God's plan will come to pass or not. It's very important. So we had issues really communicating. We're not really understanding ourselves. Like, he says something, and maybe what he's saying is the same thing I'm saying, but I'm picking it from another angle, and then we are just when it was something else. So we broke up like twice before our marriage, but we were able to come around it. Now we understand ourselves better. We can actually communicate better now. In marriage, I
think one of the advice or one of the experience that I've gathered from marriage is that never allow your communication to lead to the point where you begin to hoard hate in your heart. What do I mean by that? There are times where we argue to the point where we disagree completely on matters. We disagree, but one of us still have to just come back and tell the other person that thing you were saying the other time, actually I didn't understand it from this perspective. Now I understand it. This is so as to keep the life in our relationship going.
Okay, and I also think one other thing again that usually happen that I've noticed in our marriage now is that sometimes we get to disagree like that on something, and I'm trying to tell him this is it, and he's telling me no, it is like this, and I'm like no, it's like this, and you just discover that we are saying the same thing, but we are just not settling down. Like settling down to hear the other person. So truly, another way again, one thing I think we have learned is this, that we can actually, there is a way to communicate. As at the time where the heat, everything is hot, it's always good that one other person just calms down. Get the whole thing just, you get to find out that later when you guys come back to that issue, you will discover that people are actually saying the same thing.
Yeah. Now, managing conflicts and resolution. See, I would say there's no perfect marriage.
Yeah.
There's no perfect marriage. Every marriage has the ups and the downs. We have our valleys and we have our top of the mountains. Yeah, right. So one of the things we have deduced and come up with like a principle in our home is that you should never allow the sun goes down with you still being angry in your heart. It's even biblical. You understand? The truth is that I won't say we don't hurt each other. We actually hurt each other. But before the sun goes down, we have to settle that. Because if you don't settle that, I'm talking about resolution now. If you don't settle that, demons will enter. That is the truth. Devil will have a hold. So the best thing is never to allow the devil have a hold in your home.
Yeah.
So
no matter what it is,
you must resolve issues.
You must.
But I won't say that there won't be issues. There will be issues, but you must learn to resolve issues amicably.
In fact, there are sometimes we are actually still angry. Like we are not happy about something that just happened. We just disagreed on something, and then we have to pray, and we'll still pray together.
We have to pray.
Yes, we'll still pray together. We may even talk about the word together, and we have not even settled the real you get. So this thing is all about you understanding that communication is very important. No matter what it is, you have to make sure of
keep communicating.
Yes, you keep communicating. By all means, keep communicating. We can't hold grudges against each other. Don't keep malice in your home. You don't do that.
It's not healthy. Finally,
yes,
I want to advise our viewers, the young generation, and we are still young anyway. People coming after, like I have a lot of people that are yet to get married that are still following and all of that. I want to advise, and my advice is this: look for someone that is your friend.
That's true.
To settle down with.
Yeah.
The reason is because if you don't settle down with your friend, you find it hard to communicate. And if you have missed that mark, that thing called communication, I think if God permits us with time, we're going to talk about maybe in the next episode of this this channel, these videos and all of that, we will talk about communication in relationship. If you don't get married to your friend, or if you don't settle down with your friend, you find it hard to communicate. And if you miss communication in your relationship, you are walking or you are moving towards an utter disaster. So that's just my advice to the viewers. Today, if you haven't learned anything, learn this. Communication in relationship is primary. In fact, is the most important aspect of any relationship. One of the secrets that have kept us going is constant communication. We never stop communicating.
No matter how
we forgive each other anytime we offend each other, and we keep on going.
Keep on going and keep on communicating. And just keep talking.
And that's the secret behind my love for her. She's a communicator.
Oh my God, really?
She's a good communicator. I love her so much. She's my life. She's my defender. She's Salem Franklin. I love her so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you are blessed.
Thank you very much. Please subscribe to our channel, please, and click on the like button. Like the video, okay, and share it. The notification bell, please click it. Thank you, and then you will get to see whatever we put on whenever we do it.
Thank you for watching. Have a nice time.